сортире. Хоть пиздишь, вода хуйня, но погулял без гири-гири. Досу я на стире, наказание харакири. Фанатею от воды, но не похож на катагири.
Back to game research. Oh my god, there's so much. Alien data, alien robots. Okay. An alien robot. This device is is of alien origin, although its design is relatively simple. Purpose: its low threat level is at odds with the advanced technology apparently available to its designers, suggesting it was intended more to patrol alien facilities and repair damage to infrastructure than to deter invaders. Design: despite its simple design, this construction is quite elegant in its minimalism. Four electromagnetic legs allow it to traverse floors, walls, and ceilings with reasonable speed, and appear to be replaceable. Internally, there are few moving parts, rendering this construct energy efficient and resistant to wear over time. A rechargeable iron-based power reserve ensure it continues to operate. No threat at all. Okay, cool. So, its purpose is, as we have mentioned, just to patrol and fix things. We can probably see that from the antennas. Cool. Architect Containment Cube. While advanced human civilization has attempted for centuries to develop successful whole brain emulation techniques, it appears that the ancient race has built a platform for accomplishing this holy grail of life extension technology. Physically, the containment cube appears to be comprised of a redundant array of quantum holographic storage layers, supporting a hyper-dense capacity of 35 bytes per electron. Shit. The energy field that feeds a suspended animated cube also serves to power the operating software, allowing the intelligence in storage to maintain consciousness throughout the storage period. Once a stored consciousness has been transferred out of the cube, the component parts will become inert. Without witnessing and carefully observing the backup process, it is difficult to ascertain how the transfer works and whether or not the process is truly lossless. Architect storage media. While we have evolved beyond physical attachment, it is traditional to navigate space-time in conjunction with mobile. Jesus, there's so much reading, lads. There's 46 more things to read. Biomechanical storage media are altered and evolved over time to serve the inhabitants' needs. While it is possible to transfer between media at will, there is some comfort in prestige in improving a body over time. We have settled on a popular format for these media. Though there are exceptions, it is a heavily modified version of a pre-civilized bodies. It provides good mobility, easy adaptation, and is easy to fix. In case of disaster, we can back up our data patterns to a sanctuary site for later retrieval. Storage in the fashion is safe, provided consistent power supply. However, unique perspectives and traits with also arrows, which arose from the interplay with the original medium, are lost. It is like a factory, she said. Oh. The way I said "oh." It is recommended individuals be restored to a compatible medium as soon as possible. Such hollow vessels may be fast grown from seeds using specialized blueprints and materials. While it is technically possible for an individual to copy their data in order to duplicate themselves ad infinitum, such behavior is considered beyond doubt, and any self-respecting architect would resolve such a circumstance by immediately deleting themselves. Oh shit, it's basically saying kill yourself. Iron Cube. The green mineral substance has no entry on this periodic table and an unprecedented ability. I can't read this. Ability to store huge amounts of ionic energy within it. Likely grown artificially, cubic appearance suggests it has been cut from a larger deposit. Each cube contains the equivalent ionic energy of 5 kilotons of TNT. What the fuck? That's so much. Under the right conditions, the energy could be released in a controlled manner, likely used as batteries, but require a substantial power source to be recharged. Assessment: valuable energy source. I mean, fucking hell it is. Geological data. Argentite outcrop, a mineral deposit that often contains silver and titanium. Calverite contains gold and titanium. Crystalline, sorry. Sulfur is a highly reactive, non-metallic element usually found in abandoned underground. Common applications include production of acid compounds and combustibles. Assessment essential for advanced fabrication. Now this thing, fumarole or something like that. Now this looks like it's kind of like erupting some sort of purple magma. I'm not 100% sure. These blister-like fumaroles are vents for steam and volcanic gases that cycle through stages of accumulation and release in hidden chambers deep beneath the ocean floor. It can't be magma or lava or anything like that, because we saw that magma is actually like the normal color in the previous game, in the active lava zone. The gas mixture emitted by a fumarole typically contains carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide, sourced directly from the bodies of magma. The vibrant violet explosions seen here get the distinctive purple hue from the additional presence of gaseous iodine in the mixture. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Galena outcrop contains lead and titanium. Hydrothermal spire. This is all interesting. These chimney-shaped structures are formed from dissolved minerals pushed upwards to the planet's crust. The presence of metal sulfides give the escaping material its dark, opaque appearance. Aquatic life found in proximity may have evolved adaptations to the presence of these toxic compounds. Oh shit, these are toxic! Assessment: long-term exposure to geothermal emissions may pose a risk to human health. Oh, okay. I didn't hang out around them that often. These unusual geological structures often form around titanium and copper deposits and are distinct planets. To this planet, closer analysis revealed the stone around them has been hardened against erosion, but the remains Okay, here we go. We have 23 flora, 15 fauna, and 1 coral. Let's treat the 1 coral then. Table coral. Each disc is an individual colony of microorganisms filtering nutrients from the water. Yeah, I actually understand some of these words because I do biology. Growth patterns indicate the colonies are in direct competition for positions with superior current or light. Like other coral species, its structure is malleable, softly pulsating as it pumps nutrients to its um, extremities, and only turning jagged when it senses physical assault. The dew-like nodes in the surface are concentrated build-ups of the minerals the coral is unable to possess. Exploitable in computer chip fabrications. Okay, now let's. Oh. We only saw one Leviathan. Wait, which one was the Leviathan? Okay, I don't care. Let's see the flora first. Let's see the sea ones. Why not? From the bottom, violet blue, a common luminescent plant which grows in patches of on the seabed. Nothing interesting. Twisted mandrake. Now this is interesting. The twisted mandrake grows in temperate coral zones. Its leafy canopy photosynthesizes sunlight while providing shade to the bulbous structure underneath. Huh. Shelf coral. A type of stony coral commonly found growing along rocky ledges. Stony corals have hardened biocomposite exoskeletons. The coral's polyps continuously grow upwards and outwards in the thin layers, creating the grooved shelf appearance. Seedling lily pad. The first stage of the lily pad's life cycle is precarious as the seedling begins to root itself firmly to the seabed. The seedling is surrounded by a cluster of smaller seedlings that will form the lattice branching structures of the mature lily pad. Seedling lily pads require rich soil atop bedrock and constant exposure to sunlight. Scaly more anemone. It prefers shallow water and ample exposure to sunlight, and exists in a symbiotic relationship with a species of vibrant algae that live atop the anemone's trunk. So those are the algae that they'll talk about. These algae thrive in the sun and create a thin, scaly bacterial mat around the structure of the anemone as they feed on other microorganisms that filter through the anemone's space. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. So it's like the anemone and the algae, two different like organisms, but they work together. I think that might be right. Rising lily pad. The lily pad starts to rise as a result of underwater gas exchange. As the lily pad engages in photosynthesis, it takes in carbon and emits oxygen. Unlike other plants that emit the oxygen directly into the water, the lily pad stores the oxygen in its sealed fan. Eventually, enough oxygen is stored that the lily pad becomes buoyant. The root system pulls a chunk of the seabed up on its way to the surface. The ribbon plant. That does not look good. The gibbon plant contains a highly concentrated sulfuric acid and can be harvested for use in battery fabrications. The sulfuric acid evolved as an evolutionary defense mechanism to discourage fauna from eating the leaves of the gibbon plant. When harvesting the plant, the core must not be compromised in order to avoid creating the exothermic chemicals reaction. Oh, redwort, a common plant adaptable to many different environments. Redwort is a staple part of the diet of many smaller herbivores. Food, cool. Jagged pitcher plant. The jagged pitcher plant is the only known species of predatory underwater plant on 4546b. It grows on mineral-rich hydrothermal deposits. The bowl-shaped pitcher produces a concentrated brine that pools inside due to its high density. When small organisms get too close, they are stunned, causing them to sink into the pitcher, where they are dissolved and absorbed by the plant. When the fuck did I interact with that plant? Radiant sieve coral. The slight emitted plant is reminiscent of a sieve or colander. The pink narrow leaf. This grass-like species grows in small clusters near coral bridges. Oxygen plant. This is so interesting, actually. Like, how does it create O2? We'll find out, hopefully. The oxygen plant produces a harvestable reverse of oxygen in its bioluminescent floating bulb. It is hypothesized, so it's not fully confirmed, but it is an educated theory. I think so. I think that's what hypothesis means. That this attracts territorial herb-breeding fauna, forming a symbiotic relationship that protects the plant from herbivore fish. Oh, we don't get an explanation. Underwater source of breathable oxygen. Tell me more. These images don't tell me anything. Mature lily pad. Okay, fucking hell. We won't know anything about the oxygen plant now. Once the grazing lily pad reaches the surface, its sealed fan slowly releases, causing the leaf to unfold into a large flat circle that floats atop the surface of the water. Despite its size, the mature lily pad is able to float due to surface tension. Hardy cave bush, a common reddish-purple species which grows well on rocky terrain. Crescent moon coral. Crescent moon coral prefers to grow vertically, similar to a vine. The branching filament connecting the crescent to the red stem contain tiny flagellum that pull the various microorganisms to for nourishment. Okay, cool. Oh, the coral bridge. This is something that actually interested me. I've actually I've seen like a wallpaper way before the game got released, and I was like, what is this? There was no like any like other organisms. It just showed coral bridge and a shadow of like a player. Anyways, what is this? Coral bridges are formed by rapidly growing coral polyps that exhibit tegmotropism. Tegmotropism. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Which causes growth in response to stimuli or when touching a solid object. Okay, cool. Now we know. Coral bridges grow in twisted patterns that anchor onto rocks or other coral. The underside is covered in colonies of blue barnacles. Yeah, cool. Bullseye shrew. There are harvestable fungi found growing near coral bridges. The mushrooms are noteworthy for their thick, meaty caps. These caps manage to produce a small amount of chlorophyll, which makes it capable of some photosynthesis. But the mushroom still gets most of its nutrients from dead matter in the seed floor, harvestable and plantable. No clue what for, but cool. Choma lilies. Oh, they're apparently hot. Choma lilies is an unusual terrestrial plant typically found on cliff walls. During the day, it points its face towards the sun, absorbing thermal radiation and storing it internally. At night, the thermal lily's petals close to reduce heat loss, and it relies on. God, I can't read. Wait. It reduces heat loss and it relies on its heat stores to survive the harsh Arctic conditions. Oh. Horseshoe shrub. The horseshoe shrub is a terrestrial plant that thrives in warm conditions. Visual identification is easy due to the thick crown of leaves on its bifurcated trunk. The trunk has a thick fibrous core that stores water for its floating body. Fruit can be harvested and planted and could be sustainable food source. Oh my god, we got food. Well, we didn't get food, but there is food. Blue scrub bush. Unusual plant for this climate. Unlike other plants that manage to thrive in extreme cold, which typically grow close to the ground and lack leaves to prevent moisture loss. The blue scrub bush is tall with a fall-like leaf. Within the hollow leaves are chambered pores, which capture and store the sun's heat. Interesting. Exploitable. Honeycomb fungus. This hardy fungus erupts through the thick ice shelf. It sends a collection of hyphae, filaments that collect nutrients and moisture deep into the ice shelf until it hits permafrost. It hits permafrost. Okay. From there, the hyphae intertwine into a thick root-like system called mycelia cords. These mycelium efficiently pull nutrients from the soil. Exploitable, I don't know what that means. Grapevine seeds. So grapevine plants that have survived the predation of small herbivores produce these bioluminescent seed clusters, which may be knocked loose by currents or consumed and later deposited by predators. The embryo is surrounded by a thick oil and silicone layer, which would disperse into the ground as the outer skin deteriorates. This may provide the seedling with the nutrients it needs to survive the low light conditions on the seabed. Okay. Grapevine. A kelp species concentrated in large forests in shallow sandy waters. Loose shoots anchor the plant to the seafloor from where it grows steadily towards the surface in pursuit of sunlight. The stem is fibrous and rich in iron, making it both a viable base material for fabrication of textiles as well as a basic foodstuff. Okay, and that's all we have for flora. Now the fauna.